Hello, people. Just finished a book, Algeria in Turmoil. I don't know. It's just continuing my colonial adventures. This one is France. The Morocco book was also France. Uh, this was a pretty weird book. I tried Googling this author's name, Michael Clark. He makes a real weird reference towards the end of the book that Michael Clark may actually be an American. I don't know, but he writes in here like he was there in Algeria uh, throughout the years that he covers in this book. Uh, this book really only covers the years immediately after the Second World War and up to about 1958. So it's not the entire story. He doesn't give me any kind of background information. Uh, alludes cryptically to the fact that the French army landed there originally in 1830. I'm left with more questions than anything. He devotes like a page and a half to the Battle of Algiers. And being an American, I'm so ignorant of what the Battle of Algiers was that I have more questions about that now. This book makes it seem like it was kind of like a police action more than anything. There was no house-to-house fighting or anything like that. The book was published in 1959, 452 pages. Michael Clark is the guy's, and when I tried to Google his name, there's just too many fucking Clarks. I got tired of it. Many times throughout the book, Michael Clark makes it abundantly clear that, at least in the case of Algeria, he is in favor of colonialism. He is in favor of France. He's in favor of what is referred to as integration, where eventually the Algerian population becomes citizens of France, and it becomes actually a part of France, and the same laws and all of that. But it just never came to pass. And I don't know why, because the book is incomplete. Page 52, and my note there is, they sound like Trump people. I don't have a lot of notes. Fifth paragraph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. M. Nagalian did not have long to wait for a chance to put his theories into practice. Elections for the new Algerian Assembly were coming up, and the nationalists were quite prepared to play havoc with the polls. On April 2nd, an MTID agitator arrested in Kabylia was found to possess an instruction sheet prepared by his superiors. It said, "If our defeat becomes certain, the ballot boxes must be broken at all costs. By force if necessary. It is imperative in these circumstances to keep cool and not go beyond the destruction of the ballot box. A ballot box must never be broken in a district where we are certain to win, but only in places where the outlook is hopeless." A lot of this book is about elections and about how, throughout the years, most of the Algerians could only vote for certain things, and only certain Algerians were able to vote. Towards the end, the French try to keep making compromises to make the people happier to be in this French sphere. Towards the end of this thing, like in 1958, the population of Algeria actually seems that they want integration. But I know that that's not how it ended up. Second paragraph, page 67. I'm going to have to get more. I'm going to have to get another book. Maybe that tells me how it all started, and maybe that tells me how it ends. Second paragraph. Ben Bella, who had been sentenced to 7 years, and Ahmed Massas, who had been sentenced to 5 years, escaped from prison on March 16th and were soon on their way to Cairo. They had sawed through the bars of their cell with a blade sent to them by the party in an enormous dish of couscous. And he tells me that couscous is steamed groats with meat. I don't think I've ever had couscous, but my last 5 or 6 books have all been North Africa or the Middle East or Afghanistan, and they talk about couscous a lot, and apparently it's proper to eat it with your fingers. Cork is my next. Algeria is basically due south of Spain, very close to Spain, and there's cork forests in Spain, and there's cork forests in Algeria, and in fact, I need a book on the geography of Algeria. I need to know all that stuff. When he's writing this, it sounds like Algeria is fairly forested, and some of them are cork forests. And, of course, some of the French settlers are there working the cork. I don't know a whole hell of a lot about it, but apparently you can pry the bark off of these cork oaks, and it does not kill the tree, and you make corks out of them. Pretty important in that part of the world. They have plenty of corks. Second paragraph, page 222. And I think this is just an example of something. Maybe not. 2 Forsters also perished that day. One was assassinated under the eyes of his wife and 2 children. The other was shot down as he was returning on horseback from a tour of inspection. A handbill found on the second Forster's body said, "The whole Department of Oran joins its fighting brothers to illustrate in the most striking way the unity and coordinated action of the rebel forces. French soldiery will soon come to understand that, as was shown in Indochina. It is vain to attempt to maintain domination by force. This message was written in French, Arabic, and presumably for the benefit of deserters, real or potential, from the Foreign Legion in German." So there is another little cryptic clue. That's another thing I need is some kind of a book that explains to me what the fuck was going on with the French Foreign Legion. Why, apparently, was it sounds like at least 50, maybe 60% German. I don't think the French are real proud of that fact, and that's why you'll maybe see one reference to the Germanness of the French Foreign Legion, one reference in an entire 450-page book. Anyways, I struggled through this. Took me at least 2 weeks. And it left me with more questions than an answer. Thanks for watching.